Hey soul fam, how you doing? Hope everybody's feeling all right out there. My energy has been a lot better. I hope you all have been feeling the same. I started back working out because I've been slacking. With the retrograde, I was feeling so sleepy and drained, and so I was like, I'm not about to go out there and have like messed up form and hurt my back or something. So I just gave it a rest, and now I'm back. I've been working out. So aside from that, now today I wanted to talk about how discomfort leads to growth. And what made me want to do it is because today I actually wanted to talk about religion and spirituality and why I'm not religious. And then I started thinking about how long I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that when I first created the channel, but I didn't have the courage to do it because people get real sensitive about that topic, and people, when you don't follow their same way of living, then they want to call you a devil worshiper and stuff. So I kind of didn't want to talk about that, just to avoid that type of energy. And the fact that I felt so comfortable with the idea of talking about it, I was like, damn, I've been really allowing myself to be uncomfortable lately. I've been embracing discomfort a lot lately. So I said, you know what, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how embracing or just being uncomfortable, how it leads to growth. This channel, for example, I didn't want to create this channel. I know I told you that all the time. I was guided to do it, and I kept seeing I would get these crazy number synchronicities right at the beginning of this awakening. And you know how sometimes when we see these repeating numbers, it could seem like a coincidence sometimes, but no, the way this was happening was freaky. It was almost like is somebody watching me? It just felt like, am I in the Matrix? The way I would see these numbers and how they would show up, it was kind of scary. It was really freaky. Like I just felt like I'm being watched, or somebody's playing a game on me or something. It was just kind of scary. And as I would continue to search and research and look for the meanings behind seeing these numbers, I would constantly see share your journey, share your experience, share. And I was like, share what? I don't want to share anything. Like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to tell people the stuff that I'm going through and the things I've experienced in my life. I don't want to do that. Like, I was like, I'm not a teacher. I don't have any knowledge to share with anyone. I'm like, anything I tell anyone, they could find that themselves. They don't need me. Like, why do I need to do this? I want to be a personal trainer. That was me and my ego. Like, I'm going to be a trainer, and that's what I'm going to do, and that is my purpose. And I became certified, and then was like, I don't want to be a personal trainer. That's how this awakening goes. You'll just be like, what the hell am I going through, And I was like, why did I even do all of that? I don't want to train anybody. And that was because losing the ego. That's what started to happen with this journey. So I didn't want to make the channel. I didn't even, at the beginning, I didn't even like to hear my voice. I would cringe hearing my voice, which is a sign of a blockage in the throat chakra. But I didn't want to, it was so uncomfortable for me. But it was also healing. So that's where the growth takes place. Not only did it show other people that they're not alone and they have, they're not the only one going through these experiences, but it healed me, and it helped me build confidence. It was just like, it was a good thing. So it leads to growth. So if any of you, if this is something you want to do, create a channel, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't, this is just not for me. And it's uncomfortable, but it will lead to growth, some form of growth. There's a lot of things that make us uncomfortable that leads to growth. Even like speaking up for ourselves. Sometimes it's hard to speak up for yourself. I know some of you are like, not me, like who wants some? I'll give it to them. But then there's some of us, even me when I was younger, it's like after I had kids, then the mama bear came out and then was like, what you said? But when I was younger, I did not. It was hard to speak up for myself. It was hard. But what happens when you do? When you push yourself to do that, when you speak up for yourself, not only does it help you grow self-confidence, but it stops people from messing with you. Like, they know that they have to kind of like, they can't do what they've been doing. They have to deal with you a little differently because you are standing up for yourself. So speaking up for yourself is something that also, it's uncomfortable, but it leads you to growth. This whole awakening, I know that if this Kundalini or spiritual awakening, whatever kind of awakening you want to call it, the emotional roller coasters, the out-of-body experiences, if any of you have had that, the astral projection. Before I knew what astral projection was or out-of-body experiences was, I was just scared to death. I would get up and be like, what the hell was that? And I would cry, and I was just afraid. Until I started researching and running across information, I would find out what it is. It was like I was led to this information so I can actually know what I was going through. And the dark night of the soul, all of that stuff is so uncomfortable. It's not fun at all, but it leads to growth. Not only does our soul grow, but the healing is growth. Like sometimes we start remembering our childhood with this awakening, and we get mad about things that happened in our childhood suddenly. Like, we weren't mad about it the whole time, at least we didn't think we were, but then this awakening just brings it all up. And so now we're upset and we're purging and everything, and that is healing, and that leads to growth. So all of this uncomfortable stuff leads to some form of healing and growth. Even exercise, right? It's not comfortable to be out of breath and to be sweating and but what does it do? What does it do? It gives you better health. It relieves stress. You sweat out toxins, you grow muscles, you become stronger. It's always some kind of growth that comes from something uncomfortable. And listen, I work out in the heat. I'm in my garage, and sometimes I'll go into the sun. I'll be out in the driveway in the sun with weights, and I work out and sweat, okay? And like that, listen, working out in a gym and working out in the sun is two different ball games, okay? So I push myself, but I know that there is something good that comes out of that. That's taking years off of my life, that's growth, that's health. I think I said taking years off my life. No, not taking years off of my life. It's adding years onto my life. Being healthy, being fit, taking care of myself, not taking years off my life. I think maybe I have some kind of fear. Since my mom died when I was a baby, I have a fear of not being there for my girls, so I kind of like maybe overdo it a little bit and just want to be in the best shape possible. But yeah, it's adding years onto my life, not taking years off my life. So there's lots of things, like I said, that just about anything you can think of that causes, discomfort and leads to growth, change. Any type of change, right? Going through changes. All kinds of changes, that whether it's changing your job or moving or whatever, it leads to some form of growth and healing even. So let me allow myself to be a little more uncomfortable right now. So I haven't shared with you all that my relationship ended, and I kind of didn't want to share this. I didn't want to tell anybody about it, but then when I thought about it, it's like, if it's okay to talk about and mention my relationship when I was in it, then why is something wrong with sharing that it ended? I mean, I can't help but keep it real. So this happened after the Moldavite. A damn Moldavite. So the Moldavite, shortly after wearing it, I told you all I started to see my life for what it was. I saw my relationship for what it was. There was no rose-colored glasses anymore. I started to see and even realize things that I've ignored for a long time. And I won't get into any specific details, but what I will say is that I didn't love myself enough in that relationship. I overgave without paying attention to what I was getting back in return. That it wasn't an equal thing. And I just accepted things that I shouldn't have accepted. So that relationship was, what, 6.5 years? The relationship before that was almost 7 years. So they both have been like these long-term relationships. And what I will say is that this breakup has been the best and the worst breakup that I've ever experienced. If that makes any sense. It's kind of weird. It's almost like there's a level of, these cicadas are so damn loud. There's a level of healing that has taken place with this breakup that wouldn't have happened if we didn't break up. So it's the best and the worst breakup that I've ever experienced. Kind of strange. You know, I'd like to give you all some advice, but I know you're probably like, you know what? We don't need no advice from you. Your relationships didn't last. But hey, I know why. I know why they didn't last. I know that I didn't trust my intuition. I didn't pay attention to red flags, or I ignored the red flags. I didn't love myself. I wanted to win at all costs, even if it means accepting things I shouldn't accept. That's why. But now, I mean, it's a real learning experience, you know, like sometimes these relationships we have, they are karmic relationships. Sometimes we are replaying our parents or, you know, relationships that we've seen in our lives. And we got to learn from it. I mean, it's real easy to, you know, many people will be like, well, he ain't shit and she ain't shit. But you picked them, right? We picked those relationships, right? So what? Is our picker broken or what? Like, are we not going to look at ourselves and be like, okay, you should have seen that and you probably shouldn't have done that. So we have to, like, we got to hold ourselves accountable. But the advice I want to give is to not allow relationships to change you in a bad way. Now, when you learn certain things about yourself that you know that you can change for the better, that's good. But when you get to the point where you're like, you know what? Forget love. I don't believe in love anymore. I'm not giving my heart to anybody anymore. That's it. That's not a sign of strength. That's a sign of weakness, because now you're deciding that you are going to allow your past and the issues that you went through, you're going to allow that to now change you for the worst. And so how do you expect to move on in a healthy way? You're going to move into another relationship and you're going to not give that person a fair chance because of your past. And there's nothing healthy about that. Don't allow those relationships to change you for the worse. And then now you don't want to live from your heart. Especially if you know that's who you are. You know you like relationships. You know you like love. You know you're a relationship type person. Just understand that you also played a part in your unhappiness. And move forward in a positive way. Move forward with an open heart. Learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn from that and move forward with an open heart. Like, forgive accept. And when you forgive and accept, you already, now you just open the door to positive manifestation already. You're already like working on attracting what you desire, you know, what you deserve, by just forgiving and opening up. I guess this is turning into a whole relationship video. But I guess that's where I've been right now. That's what's been going on in my life. Learning and accepting, you know, the decisions that I've made, and healing. And like I said, it's the best and the worst breakup that I've ever experienced. And it's probably just because I'm now spiritually aware, and I've gone through an awakening. So now I could see a relationship different. In the past, and I've always been the type of person to be friends with the person who the relationship ends. I'm okay, I forgive him over it. I'm not going to sit around and be pissed off with you. We have a child, and he was a part of my other girls' lives as well. I have a child in a previous relationship, and I want to be friends with these people who I created life with. We can be friends, and we can raise our child, and we can respect each other. It's really simple. But I think that in the past I would probably blame them for things that, you know, they may have done wrong. But like I said, why did I choose to be in a relationship where I saw that there were things that weren't really right, or things I shouldn't accept, and I accepted them anyway? So that would mean that I played a part in it, right? Anyway, it's been uncomfortable. That's the point. The ending of this relationship has been uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to end it. If you're in a relationship that is not bringing out the best in you, you already know what to do. I don't need to tell you what not to do. I mean, people stay in relationships for a lot of the wrong reasons. You stay for the kids. You stay because for money. You stay because you don't want people to know that your relationship ended, and you're worried about what people think. And people stay in relationships for lots of reasons. Those are a reason. None of those reasons I'm going to stay. Hey, listen, to each his own. I'm not staying in a relationship for a child. I'm not staying in a relationship for money. I'm not staying in a relationship so people won't know, and to prove that my relationship is good. Like, that's just not me. And I would like to share that with you, so I don't think it's a good idea. If you're staying in a relationship for those reasons, I don't think it's a good idea. But you have free will. It's totally up to you. At this point now, I'm done with this video. That's took a turn, but it's okay. I guess my next video I will talk about religion or something else. But I just wanted to, you know, just share my thoughts right quick about change and being uncomfortable, and how it leads to growth, leads to success. When you let go, I heard somebody say, letting go isn't about giving up, it's about moving up. Makes a lot of sense to me. So once again, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you all soon. Peace and blessings.